Alright, I'm going to give you a little walkthrough of the ETU. Since it's empty right now, I can take you through the confirmed and suspect side. Here's the triage area where we would normally triage patients. You would have the patients come in through that door over there, and we would stand over here and take their information and things like that. If they're confirmed, well, have enough to be admitted to the suspect ward, they would come through this area and cross over there into the suspect ward. That personal protective equipment required beyond this point, but we haven't had any confirmed patients, so I can go in here without anything. Here's the simple pit latrines we have for the suspect patients. Some sprayer equipment, fire extinguisher, and chlorine basin before you go into the suspect ward. Now in the suspect ward itself, you have the nurse's station over here, where you have some equipment and supplies for any patients that come in. These are the individual rooms of sort for the patients to be in. Had we had any patients, this is where they would come in first, to the suspect area. And more beds if needed. Now out back here, you have the shower area, and the if they're confirmed negative on their Ebola test, they would shower there and exit through that building. If we had a family come in, we could place them inside these tents so they could remain together. Also back here is the family visiting area for the suspect side. Patients would wait on this side while family members would be on the other side of that fence, and they could talk to each other. Now if a patient did come back positive with the Ebola test, we would move them over to this wing of the ETU, which is the confirmed side. Now, you have some of the pipes here with different types of chlorine. The 0.5% is used on your PPE, and the 0.05 will be used for bare hands and skin. And here's a clean water as well. Another tent back here to be used with families if they're confirmed, showering, and for those survivors, had we had any patients. Now this is the confirmed. Let me squeeze in here. Pretty similar to the suspect side. No real differences. The two sides just have to remain separate, so potential patients who don't have Ebola won't be exposed to confirmed patients. Over here, here's where our psychosocial people would interact with confirmed patients, and another latrine over there. Now, if the unfortunate were to occur and a patient were to die while here due to Ebola, we would move them over to this area, which is the morgue. But before that, this big empty space is space reserved for another treatment tent had the need been required. And here is the morgue, which has never, thankfully, been used. It's air conditioned as well, if needed. I believe because this area is primarily has a lot of Muslims, there's Islamic laws that prevent bodies from laying on the ground. So that's why you can see the structure is built up a little bit, and there was that table inside. Now that's the doffing area where we would take off all the PPE equipment. We actually have patients in and be required to wear some. So, this is the Capita ETU. Right here is where you would wash your hands and be sprayed with 0.5% chlorine. Over there is where you'd wash your hands after you'd finished doffing all your equipment.